They came for her at midnight under the cover of silence. No one heard her scream, yet her cry echoed in unseen hearts. What she did next would overturn everything she believed was safe. Listen closely, because this is the unusual, real-feeling story of Amina Noor and how, in the darkest night, faith illuminated her path. Amina and her younger brother, Adil, lived in a city gripped by tension. Every night, protests would rise, but the voices of the people seemed swallowed by a pervasive fear. Their neighborhood wasn't safe after dark. Whispers spread like wildfire about men who roamed the streets, hunting for dissenters, for anyone whose heart dared to beat for justice. One evening, Amina was walking home late. She had been volunteering distributing water to protesters, a small act of defiance in a world of silence. Her younger brother Adil had wanted to come with her, his young face etched with concern, but she refused. "It's okay, I'll be careful," she had told him, her voice steady, masking the worry churning inside her. It was a promise she desperately hoped to keep. Halfway home, the city's familiar sounds faded, an unsettling quiet descended. That's when she noticed them. Two shadowy figures detached from the night trailing her. The streetlights above her flickered, casting long, dancing shadows that played tricks on her eyes. Her heart began to pound against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat in the sudden silence. She quickened her pace, her sandals slapping against the pavement. They matched her speed. A cold dread began to seep into her bones. She fumbled for her phone, her fingers trembling as she tried to call Adil. No answer. The fear was a physical thing now, an icy grip that froze her lungs. The men were closing in, their intentions becoming terrifyingly clear. They were going to snatch her. In that heart-stopping moment, a lifetime of faith surfaced. She whispered a dua, a prayer so quiet it was almost a thought. "Oh, protector, you are nearer than my jugular vein." Her voice trembled, but as the words left her lips, something shifted within her. The paralyzing fear gave way to a steely, quiet resolve. Acting on pure instinct, she turned sharply into a narrow, dark alley. Her footsteps echoed loudly, betraying her position. The men followed, their own steps heavy and menacing. She darted around corners, the maze of the alley her only hope. One of them lunged, his hand grasping at the air where she had been a second before. She slipped past him, but her scarf snagged on a rough brick wall. She stumbled and fell, the hard ground knocking the wind out of her. Lying there, breathless and cornered, she heard a voice cut through the darkness. "Are you okay?" A man had appeared from a darkened doorway. It was Rashid. Without a moment's hesitation, he grabbed her hand and pulled her to her feet. Together they fled, plunging deeper into a labyrinth of alleys the pursuers didn't know. He led her into a small, abandoned shop, the air thick with dust. Rashid slid the shutters closed, plunging them into near-total darkness. "Stay quiet," he whispered. Outside they heard the heavy footsteps slow, then stop. The men were searching, their frustrated voices muffled by the walls. Amina's chest heaved, her body still shaking. They waited, suspended in silence. In the stillness, Amina whispered another dua, one of gratitude, a silent thank you for this unexpected salvation. After what felt like an eternity, the street outside grew still again. The danger had passed. Rashid guided her through hidden backstreets, a silent guardian navigating the city's secret paths until she was safely at her front door. The next morning, Adil rushed to her, his face pale with worry. "Where were you?" "I was so frightened." She managed a small smile, her voice still a little shaky. "I was lost," she told him, "but someone guided me, and I felt a force much stronger than fear." Months later, Amina learned that Rashid was a local quiet protector, a man who moved through the protests like a ghost, delivering aid, escorting endangered women to safety, and never, ever seeking credit. His reward was the safety of others. Years passed. The city changed, and so did Amina. She grew into a leader, not of violent uprisings, but of peaceful change. She would stand before crowds, her voice clear and strong, and tell her story. "Silent stones turned into loud cries," she would say. She taught others that when the night seems darkest, your whispered faith can become your loudest voice. When oppression tries to quiet you, sometimes the smallest prayer in the darkest moment becomes the loudest cry that can shift destiny. Our faith may feel silent, but it resonates far beyond what we can see. In moments of danger, find the hidden paths, cling to that divine support, and move forward with courage. May our quiet supplications echo in the heavens, turning silent stones into loud cries of change. If this story moved you, please subscribe and share it. Comment below with your thoughts. Your support gives strength to voices that must not remain silent. Thank you for watching.